My name is Reverend Barry King, and today I'm going to begin a podcast. It's a series, really, of excerpts from a book I wrote a number of years ago called Many Paths, One Truth, an Affirmation of Spirit. And I'm sharing it because I find that some of the things that I wrote then are even more relevant now. And it's called We Are All Shepherds. We are all shepherds. A shepherd to me is someone who is gentle, kind, thoughtful, compassionate. Someone who would risk his or her life for another who is weak or helpless. A shepherd loves and respects all living things. We have been given a sacred trust here. We have been made caretakers of what must be one of the most diverse and beautiful places in the universe. Ancient peoples recognized this trust and accepted it. They spoke of Mother Earth and treated their mother with the utmost of respect and love. Today we have dominion over all living things. The test of our ability as the shepherd comes from how we use it. As a race, we have failed to show the qualities of the shepherd. Many look upon nature as an adversary, to be bent to our will. We have worked hard, very hard, to isolate ourselves from the natural world. In doing so, we have also removed ourselves from an important connection to our Mother, Father God. It has not always been that way. Many Aboriginal peoples believe that all things have a spirit. The trees, the animals, the rocks, the wind, all things. They did not own property because how could another own a living thing? In truth, the concept of ownership was not well developed in their society. In New Brunswick, for example, when the Mi'kmaq killed a moose, it was done with great respect. Thanks was given, for they recognized that this animal had given its life for their continued existence. They killed only when there was a need, and they used everything. From a moose, for example, they ate the meat, they used the hide for clothing and leather. The brain was used for tanning hides. The bones became tools. The powdered hoofs were used as a cure for epilepsy. The antlers were used for medicine. The gut made snowshoe bindings and thread for sewing. The long hairs on the chin were used for embroidery, and the shin bones were used to make dice. Even the pioneers who fought nature had an understanding of their connection to it. They believed that God had placed plants on the earth for man's benefit, and to determine the use of the plant you had merely to look at it. This was known as the doctrine of signatures. A plant that looked like a heart was good for heart ailments. Both of these peoples drew their survival directly from their environment. The Aboriginal people and the pioneers recognized the source for their continued physical existence. It was Mother Earth. Being practical, they understood they were connected to that source, and to abuse it put it and them at risk. They could not have imagined how far from the source we could have come, nor how much at risk we could place our world. Often, we can be overwhelmed by the size of environmental issues. Not only are they difficult to understand, but we feel helpless to do anything to resolve them. The journey to change begins with the first step. I have seen ants move what to them would be mountains of soil, one grain at a time. Let's approach environmental issues like the ant. Let us be conscious and aware. Let us be informed. Why don't we do what we can do? For example, do not be discouraged into inaction about all the styrofoam cups in the world, destroying our ozone layer and causing cancer in our unborn children. Just don't buy the cup of coffee in a styrofoam cup and share your feelings with others. Do what you can today. The path is made of many small steps. If you do not start now being a shepherd for this imperiled earth, when will the journey begin? And how will you finish the task? I do not believe that we're going to destroy our planet because I see the signs of change all around. Change for the good will only happen if each of us does our small part. Together we are legion, and we will succeed. When I look at the beauty of a sunset or marvel at a flower, I want to know that today I have done what I can to ensure that this miracle we call home, with all of its diversity, is in the hands of love. I want to know that the good shepherd in all of us has been awakened, and that we have nurtured our home until it is green again. We are all shepherds. Thank you.